Good morning to all of you. I'm Neetu Gailor. I'm working as assistant professor in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurgaon. I'm from electrical department and my subject is biology. And today I'm taking my 18th lecture. And today we are going to start our new unit, that is the applications of biotechnology. And in this lecture, we are going to discuss in the agriculture field. So let's start our new topic, that is the application of biotechnology. In this topic, we are going to discuss about the applications of biotechnology, and in our previous lecture, we are already discussed the genetic engineering or biotechnology. And in that lecture, we have already discussed the um, genetic engineering and the recombinant DNA, the tools of the recombinant DNA, then the process of the recombinant DNA, and after that the cloning and the downstream process also we have covered. Now the applications of biotechnology. So as we know that it is a very wide topic, that is applications of the genetic engineering. So when we talk about the biotechnology, so that means it deals with the industrial scale production of biopharmaceuticals and biological using the genetically modified microbes. Okay, and these are the algae. They are the sorry, microbes are the fungi, plants, animals, etc. So now, when we should have the knowledge of the field, that is the applications. So when we talk about yeah, we are collecting the knowledge of the green biotechnology. So it means we are going with the agricultural field. Okay, and then red biotechnology, it defines the medical field, and the white or the gray biotechnology, that is for the industrial purpose, and blue technology, that is sea or the marine field. So these are the classification. We can say it is a classification of biotechnology, and that is a green biotechnology, red biotechnology, gray biotechnology, and the blue biotechnology. And these are the fields in which we have studied this type of technology. So here now the applications in agriculture. Uh, why we use biotechnology in the field of agriculture? That is the firstly, to increase the production, food production can be achieved by the three methods are here. First is the agrochemical based agriculture, second is the organic culture, and third is the genetically engineered crop based agriculture. So firstly, that is agrochemical method. Or in this agrochemical method, we use the fertilizers and the pesticides. Okay, so after a long time used, so these create a pollution on the large scale. And second type of the is the organic culture, in which we use all the household um, uh, suppose like the cereal sweater, and the our uh, प्लांट्स और फ्रूट्स रेजिड्यूल जो भी एक्स्ट्रा मटेरियल जो हमारा ऑर्गेनिक का बचा हुआ है, वो सब हम उसमें एज ए फर्टिलाइजर यूज करते हैं. And then the third is the genetically engineered crop based agriculture, in which we have to prepare a genetically modified crop here. So now that is the agrochemical, in which the fertilizer and pesticides used, then the organic farming, and third is the GMC, that is called the genetically modified crop. And in this topic, we are going to discuss about the transgenic plant or the transgenic animal. And these transgenic plant and animals are related to the biotechnology topic also, that is the genetic engineering also. So, and now the next part. And now there is the one more point is very important, that is called the green revolution. So in the green revolution, there the food supply was tripled, but that was not enough for the growing population, क्योंकि आबादी बहुत ज़्यादा हो चुकी थी, जिसकी वजह से हम कितना भी प्रोडक्शन कराते हो कम पड़ रहा था. So that is the food supply was tripled, but was not enough for the growing population. And then the agrochemical were too expensive for the farmers, and the increase in the yield with existing variety are not possible with the conventional breeding. And the introduction of the genetically modified crop was then it was an alternative to obtain the maximum yield by the understanding genetics of the crop. So here are the plants, bacteria, fungi, and animals whose genes have altered by the manipulation are called the GMO. GMO stands for the genetically modified organisms. Okay, so here one more thing is important, that is a genetically modified organism that is linked by the GMO. So when the plant, bacteria, fungi, and animals whose genes have been altered by the manipulation, these are called the genetically modified organism that is called the GMO. And the GMO plants have been useful in the many ways or different ways. So these are the firstly the made crop more tolerant by tolerant to abiotic stress. And what do you mean by the abiotic stress? That there are the cold, drought, and the salination and heat also. तो अगर वो इनमें भी वो survive कर सकता है. Then the reduced reliance on chemically pesticides. These are the pest stress crop. Then helped to reduce post-harvest losses, and the increases efficiency of minerals used by the plants, and then enhance nutritional value of the food. And here's the example, that is the vitamin A, and the golden rice is the example of this type. So here the when we use the GMO or genetic modified crop, GMC, genetic modified crop, so the plant in which we use this type of gene or genetically modified organism gene, so this type of plant is called the transgenic animals. On the animal, sorry, transgenic plant and animals. These are the animals are called the transgenic animals. So plants which are the genetically modified by the introducing foreign gene. Foreign gene, we know that foreign gene which come from the outside of outside. So the through recombinant DNA technology, and we all know the recombinant DNA technology in our previous lecture. So genetically modified plant have been useful in many ways. So first is the by producing the genes belonging to wild varieties growing in different adverse condition. कई बार हम देखते हैं ना कि हम कोई पौधा है और वो गर्मी भी है, धूप भी, बारिश भी है, सब चीज़ों में वो सर्वाइव कर पा रहा है, बाकी पौधे खत्म हो जाते हैं। लेकिन तो इसका मतलब कि कहीं ना कहीं उसके अंदर कोई वाइल्ड रिलेटिव जो जीन्स है वो उसके अंदर प्रेजेंट है, तभी वो उस कंडीशन में सर्वाइव कर पाता है। एंड सेकेंड, बाय इंट्रोड्यूसिंग द जीन दैट रिड्यूस द यूज ऑफ केमिकल पेस्टिसाइड्स. ओके, and now by introducing the gene that increase the mineral use for soil from soil, that ultimately reduce the use of the fertilizers. And protein rich like potato and the vitamin A rich golden rice, we know about the golden rice. So they have the be developed through genetic engineering. So meant by introducing the gene responsible for virus resistant, that is the example of the tobacco, tomato, potato, and the rice plant also. And the one more most important example or the of related to the Tanzania plant, that is the BT cotton. And here the BT toxin gene has been cloned from the bacteria and be been expressed in plant. एक बैक्टीरिया से हमने लिया और उसको प्लांट के अंदर एक्सप्रेस किया टू प्रोवाइड द रेजिस्टेंस टू इंसेक्ट, ताकि वो इंसेक्ट से बचा जाए. So they are the example of the BT cotton, BT corn, rice, etc. Here is the discussing the BT cotton. So here in the BT cotton, it is a genetically modified organism, uh, cotton variety. Okay, कॉटन का पौधा हमने सबने देखा, तो उसमें कीड़ा लग जाता है जो उसको खराब कर देता है, जिसको हम बोलते हैं वुलवॉर्म. तो हेयर द बीटी कॉटन इज अ जेनेटिकली मॉडिफाइड ऑर्गेनिज्म, कॉटन वेराइटी. तो हमें क्या करना है, उस पौधे के अंदर ही ऐसा जीन डाल देना जिससे कि वो जो वॉर्म है वो उस पर अटैक ना कर सके. सो दिस प्रोड्यूस इंसेक्टिसाइड्स अगेंस्ट द वुलवॉर्म. तो बीटी मीन्स इट स्टैंड्स फॉर द बैसिलस thuringiensis. That is the BT, Bacillus thuringiensis, and it was discovered by the Ishiwatari in 1901. So the bacterium process as an insecticidal crystal protein. इसके अंदर जो वो हमारा प्रोटीन है वो हमें क्रिस्टल फॉर्म में मिलता है, एंड दिस इज कॉल्ड ICP. ओके, एंड द प्रोटीन इज कॉल्ड CRY प्रोटीन. Okay, so this belongs to the endotoxin class. So now the question is that कि why does the toxin not kill the bacillus? जब हमें bacillus से ही वो toxin मिल रहा है तो वो उसके लिए नुकसान क्यों नहीं देता? The reason is that the this that is the Bt toxin. The Bt toxin protein present in the um, in this bacteria is in the inactive protoxins form, कि वो उसके अंदर inactive condition में होता है, और it is the crystal form. But once an insert ligase in Lala inactive toxin, it is converted into the active form of toxin due to the alkaline pH of the gut, which solubilize the crystal. Okay, जब वो टॉक्सिन जो है वो हमारा एल्कलाइन पीएच वाले गट के कांटेक्ट में आता है, अगर सॉल्युबल हो जाता है तब वो हमारा टॉक्सिन बन जाता है. सो द एक्टिवेटेड टॉक्सिन बाइंड्स टू द सरफेस ऑफ मिड गट एपिथेलर सेल एंड क्रिएट पोर्स. वहाँ पे जो पोर्स बनाएगा दैट कॉज, इसकी वजह से सेल जो है वो स्वेल करेगी एंड लाइसिस एंड इवन एक्चुअली कॉजेस डेथ ऑफ द इंसेक्ट. ओके, सो ये प्रोसेस है जिसकी वजह से वो वॉर्म खत्म हो जाता है. एंड द बीटी टॉक्सिन, तो हमने क्या किया कि बीटी टॉक्सिन को उस कॉटन प्लांट के अंदर इंसर्ट किया है, ठीक है, ताकि उसके जीन्स में ही वो हम चेंजेस कर सकें, जिससे कि हमारा जो भी बैक्टीरिया उस पर अटैक करेगा वो खत्म हो जाएगा. So Bt toxin gene were isolated from the Bacillus thuringiensis and incorporated into the several crop plants such as the cotton. And we know that the toxin is coded by gene named CRY. That is called the CRY. That is CRY. And this is a protein, and CRY, are the two forms of CRY, one AC or CRY, one IIAB. So there are the two types of the proteins, that is CRY IAC, one is IIAC, IIAB or IIAC. So that these control the cotton woolworm. Okay, so this is the process of the BT cotton, and how can we protect our cotton from the bollworm? So by the help of the Bacillus thuringiensis, that is in the short it is called the BT toxin. तो क्या करता है कि हम इस बैक्टीरिया से हमने इसका जीन लिया, और इस ये पहले इनएक्टिव कंडीशन में है, देन व्हेन वो वॉर्म के उसके जो गट के थ्रू अल्कलाइन पीएच के कांटेक्ट में आता है, और तब वो एक्टिव हो जाएगा. और वो खुद को क्यों नहीं नुकसान देता, क्योंकि वो इनएक्टिव कंडीशंस में होता है. नाउ द अनदर topic, that is the pest resistance plant here, and one more topic is that is the pest resistance plant. Before starting the pest resistance plant, I want to explain the process of the BT cotton again, and that is the mechanism of the BT toxin and the BT cotton. So firstly, we use the Bacillus thuringiensis bacteria. So the BT toxin, that is called the protein, which kills the insect, like the insects, name of the insects. These are the lepidopterans and the coleopterans and the diploterans. So these are the in which they are the tobacco, woodworm, and the mosquitoes like flies. These are the in this class. So the Bt toxin gene express itself protein crystals in the particular phase of bacteria, that is insecticidal protein, and the Bt toxin consists as the inactive protein protoxin, and on injection of it by by inactive form of toxin due to alkaline pH of gut solubilize the crystal. And next, the advantage toxin binds then the activated toxin binds to surface of midgut epithelial cell and create pores, and so that there are the swelling and the lysis, and here the at last the death of the insect. And the Bt toxin isolated from the bacteria कहाँ से लिया हमने बैक्टीरिया से लिया and coated by gene cry and different types of these are the incorporated by the crop plant depending on the type of crop and the target pest. So these are the, as we know, that are the cry Vanesi or cry IAB. So the cotton woolworm and the cry IAB is the cone dweller. So now come to the our next topic, that is the pest resistant plant. Okay. तो सब में जरूरी नहीं है कि बीटी टॉक्सिन ही यूज हो. तो the BT toxin is not the toxin to all the pest, or the pest becomes resistance against the BT toxin. So another approach to develop the pest resistance crop against the, that is a nematode parasite. Where we know the nematode parasite infect the roots of the tobacco plant and causes a great reduction in the yield. Okay, so here is the one novel strategy that was adopted to prevent this infection, which was based on the process of here one thing that here the RNA interference. इसमें किसकी interference है यहाँ पे? RNA interference. It takes place in all eukaryotic organism, and RNA, that is called the RNAi. Okay, and it takes place in all the eukaryotic organism as a method of the circular defense. Okay, so now in this method the involve the silencing. Here the one word that is called the silencing of the specific messenger RNA. Actually हमने पढ़ा है central dogma. So when we study the central dogma, so we know what is the process of the central dogma. In the central dogma there are the double helix structure of the DNA. We know the DNA has a double helix structure. So DNA and uh, DNA से क्या होगा? There is the replication of DNA, so there is the formation of messenger RNA. Okay, so then replication, then transcription, and then the translation process, which are involved in the central dogma. And at the after the end, that is the formation of the protein. तो हम क्या करें कि हम जो प्रोटीन बन रहा है इसका, हम उस प्रोटीन का ही फॉर्मेशन ना होने दें. इट मीन देयर इज नो वी कैन कंट्रोल द formation of the protein or the translation process. So, so now that is a specific RNA due to the complementary dsRNA molecule that binds to the present translation of the messenger RNA, and it is the silencing. So the source of the complementary gene, the source of the complementary RNA could be from an infection by viruses having RNA genome or mobile genetic element that replicate via an RNA intermediate. So here uh, um, method क्या है इसका? The method is that the vector which is used in this process, that is the, we know, that is agrobacterium, and the genetically engineered to introduce, that is nematode specific gene. Okay, and which is, that is the DNA. Nematode specific gene introduced into host plant. ठीक है, that is the host plant is, that is transgenic plant, and DNA introduced will produce both sense and the antisense RNA in host. Clear? So the since the sense and the antisense RNA, they are the, and we can use another word, they are the complementary. So that, these are the complementary to each other. Double strand RNA, and that is called the dsRNA, and initiate RNA. Okay, so when the nematode infests in plant, so introduction of nematode genome takes place, and the process of the dsRNA silence specific messenger RNA of the nematode. So there is the initiation of the RNAi. So parasite will not now the parasite will not able to survive in host, so which express interfering RNA. Okay, that is RNAi, and the transgenic plant resistance and the protected form the parasite. So this is the method by which we can protect our plant by the pest. Okay, so this is the applications of biotechnology, and the one important thing, that is the genetically modified crop. And these are called the transgenic plant. And here we can see the transgenic plant in the example of the bt cotton and the pest resistance plant also. Okay, so now we can stop our lecture. For any doubt or query, you can contact with me. Thank you. And in our next lecture, which is related to the applications of biotechnology in the medical field. So now I can stop lecture. Okay, thank you.